I have it on. Oh my god. What up, everyone? How's everyone doing? Eventually was going to come the week where I was going to screw that up. I was batting 1,000, and then just as I go to pour myself some more coffee, I realized that the song's coming into an during the countdown. I'm like, I need to hit the intro. No, and I just missed it. And then I forgot I had everything on loop still. So we're starting off hot. Buenos dias, Fernando, as always in the chat. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a great weekend. We've got Sydney, who says her birthday was yesterday. Their birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Hope you're having a great weekend, a great birthday weekend. Hope you're having a really fun time. Let us know what you're up to for this weekend. And, of course, our good friend from Germany, Guten Tag, Sandy. Well, I hope you're driving safe. And of course, we got Boris, the voice of LPW, Big Bad Boris. This is a true saying. Boris saying he's not presentable this morning. It is in fact true. Boris lacquers on the makeup every time he has to do a show. It's a 45-minute process and costs Spencer at least $1,000 in makeup artists, hair. It really is quite expensive, but frankly worth it, as he looks amazing. Fair enough, Sandy. Oh, yeah, we're going to get into that. Actually, we're probably going to get around from the Punkanomics. And Boris confirming my behind-the-scenes scoop of LPW. It's really... it's where the expression "it takes a village" comes from. Yep, rocking LPW's own Ride or Die. Shout out TFA. And t-shirt of the day, rocking that Veda Scott t-shirt. Because a thing I've been doing sort of quietly all month, like I never said I was explicit, but I literally did it for every show this month, was I rocked a different queer wrestler all month. All 3 shows I did this month. Yeah, we're definitely going to jump right into that. First of all, how was everyone's weekend? This weekend for me was sort of like the chill weekend, considering I won't be here next week. It's my brother's bachelor weekend, and we are heading to a place I, because of this, found out existed for the first time, Cleveland, Quebec. It's one of those places that doesn't sound like it should exist. And like it's like 2 places, like there are like a lot of places. There are a lot of places in Quebec with like Anglophone names, like English names, but it just seems like such an American place to be in Quebec of all places. It's like a small place of like I think 1,600, 1,600 people. So it's a small town, and we rented a cottage there next weekend. Yep, absolutely. Happy birthday, Sydney. But yeah, we're going to a small cottage next weekend. Well, actually, a pretty big cottage. It's it's got like a big house and a guest house, a pool, a hot tub, pool table. So we're gonna have a great time next weekend. So I will not be here next weekend, and the week after we'll be breaking down all of All In, because the All In is on the Saturday. So we'll be talking about that next weekend. But this weekend is going to be a WWE heavy week. Because man, was it a weird week, and like a week that like for a few days like lasted eternity, whether or not they're going to do the show. To be clear, it would take the government stopping them from doing the show for them not to do this show. Like, it would take government intervention, because there was entirely too much money invested in that. But yeah, like, it was the awkward real life once again intervening in the what at times feels like WWE's most cursed show. Like there's always weird happenings that happen during that whenever they go to Saudi Arabia. Yeah, oh, absolutely. We've got like the next few weeks. They are like, especially that All In weekend. The WWE loaded up. There's going to be a lot to talk about. So like, I am definitely going to appreciate the week off I have next week, getting into all the stuff that's going to be happening the next couple weeks. But first things first, one of the major things that everyone was talking about, which once again was Punk, and we'll get into the match a little later, but the promo on SmackDown, which a very like peak IWC reaction, where there is visceral reaction on both sides of it, and there was people who were like, this is great, I'm quite enjoying this is funny, take it like at face value. And people like, I sit right in the middle of this. I at times found it very, so what I'm talking about is the Punkanomics promo, where CM Punk pulled the Una reverse on John Cena this week on SmackDown. And yeah, like I saw that too. CM Punk did, which again, didn't think he needed to. It was a little awkward, the crowd, because like he wasn't attacking the people from Saudi Arabia when he did that. He was clearly attacking their government. But again, he was there, and it could have caused problems if he doubled down on that tweet. Like, I understand why he apologized, because he was already there, and it would have been awkward if he doubled down on that tweet. And that government doesn't take kindly to people dissenting, and to like, much like the United States government right now doesn't take kindly to people talking bad about them. So like, that could have made things awkward for everyone there. So I get why he apologized. And like, again, I never thought it was against the people from Saudi Arabia he was tweeting about. He was clearly like he said, piss at the Miz, that they're like just in a bad mood and talking to the Miz. And two, I didn't think it was the people. It was clearly talking about the government, which again, he probably shouldn't have backed down from it. But like, at the end of the day, he really had no choice once he was there. But yes, we got to the Friday Night SmackDown, which was the first show in Saudi Arabia this week. And CM Punk comes out. Like, John Cena starts doing his promo, then CM Punk comes out, not as CM Punk, but as the Doctor of Punkanomics, which loved hearing that music. Like, I remember watching SmackDown. Like, I was watching SmackDown live. I was watching the end part, like, because I got home in time to watch the like last hour-ish of SmackDown, because it was on early. And I think the drug-free was funny. There was parts of this promo that were cringe, and that like I didn't feel hit as hard as it should have. Like I didn't like because again it was like the line about Nikki Bell about his ex being John Cena's ex being rehired to the company. I'm like, dog, CM Punk, you were in your heyday. You were in the streets, my man. Like you were like you of all people can't talk about your exes being rehired because like Lita shows up there all the time, and you have dated a lot of people in the back, like before you were married. So like, shouldn't be talking, bud. Like your exes are constantly there because you were kind of a hoe back in the day. But yes, it does like I get both reactions to it where there were times where like it was a little cringe because it was peak white dude who listens to too much Run the Jewels trying to rap. Like it came off more like slam poetry. Like shout out to Pluggo and Thing who constantly reference 22 Jump Street on 4 Exposure, but it did sound like slam poetry more than a rap. Like beep bop beep. I don't like you. This is the government coming for us. But yeah, it sounded more like the beats of slam poetry throughout than the rap, which was basically what John Cena used to do too. But like there were times it was funny, but also because it's so weird, it's like the most 2025 like backwards world thing of seeing CM Punk dressed like that. Like I would have liked him to more point out how absurd they both looked, like how absurd John Cena looked when he dressed like that. Like when he was pretending to be a rapper, which in all fairness, that album he released was very good. It's still like a really good album. Yeah, it 100% seemed like a 2K. As somebody who's currently playing 2K My Rise, it 100% felt like that. That's a great shout. Like it had the same sort of like beats and like extended pauses at times in between. And he did like sort of flub up a line a little bit, which like he clearly a promo he had to memorize. And like it was like people like there were people that getting on some of the reactors who enjoyed it or like who hated it and like being saying like they're well, it's like completely fair to hate it and feel it was completely cringe because there was at times that, but it was also at times like funny and stupid. Like again, I would like more if he would attack how like silly they both look and use the look like we're both grown men dressed like this. Like who would dress like this and try to make a serious point? This is ridiculous. Like he should have pointed out how dumb the idea was too. I would like that because like Punk doing it earnestly was weird a little bit for me. But like it fair enough to him. Like he made the good points of him like stealing his promo and like burying talent, which is like the like main point most people make when they go in a promo battle with John Cena nowadays. But that led us in to I think Cena's was better for now. Like I think Cena's was a little better because it felt more authentic and like it felt like Cena was being freer for the first time in a while. Then like this felt more scripted. Like this promo at the end of the day like felt more scripted than what John Cena did last year. Yeah, the Punk's pipe bomb was clearly the best because like that one actually had a tangible impact on like it brought fans like me and Mom the all went back into WWE and started to check stuff out again, because it did legitimately voice people's frustration with the product. But like it was clearly having fun before. What Triple H confirmed afterwards was the final match between the two, which kind of sucks because I do want to see them go again. And I wish Cena was doing more dates since this is last year. But obviously, like, he's still acting. He still has not only acting, but like he still has promotional obligations with like different movies and TV projects that are coming out this year. So he still has to go out and promote those. He's like literally also doing a promo tour with Idris Elba right now with their movie where they both play, like, John Cena plays the president, Idris Elba plays the Prime Minister of England. It's like an action movie. Forget the title of it, but yeah, he's out doing promo for that now. So yeah, so clearly, like, it makes sense why his dates are very limited. But like, I would have liked to see Cena and Punk go one more time after this match. But we'll get into the match. But we'll get into the full card right now of Night of Champions. Oh, I enjoyed Ricky Snicky. Like, quite a fun. Like, it was exactly what it needed to be. Yep, there's the official number 17 dates left through Cena, which is insane considering where we are in the year. There's only 17 dates left. But yeah, we get into the full card of Night of Champions, which I enjoyed the card throughout. Like, it kept my interest throughout, and like I didn't feel weighing too much. And they started off hot with the opening contest, which was the men's King of the Ring final between Randy Orton, all the crowd, like, up to a point. We'll get into that later. The crowd throughout. But we start off incredibly hot with Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes for the King of the Ring championship. This was a very good opening match. I felt they definitely went at it. I think they set up the stakes and how badly both wanted it. And they did, like, clearly set up the fact that, like, both, they set up really well that this match is like their long lineage between Cody and Randy, and like the fact that they set up, like, they were in Legacy together and their matches that they had afterwards, and how important this was for, like, Cody to get a win on him. But yeah, I felt the right winner won. I felt like it was obvious Cody was going to win this one, especially like as he got closer. Like, that's the obvious big money match to make at SummerSlam. Like, at the end of the day, that's what WWE books for. Like, with the stipulation being a match at SummerSlam, which is arguably the second biggest pay-per-view under WrestleMania at this point. The main championship matches need to look like big fights, and I think Cody taking on John Cena win last time is that, like, big fight feel. But yeah, like, Randy throughout, and like there were heavy teases, especially after the match, where Randy might turn. I also don't think it's the last time we're to see Randy and Cody come on this year. But like, through, like, especially at the point where Randy was like fighting himself to do the punt, which they've been teasing for over a year now of him bringing back the punt. Like, it was clearly supposed to happen at KO at WrestleMania. Like, I think that's when it was going to happen. But because, like, it made sense, because like Kevin Owens almost would have taken his career. So it made sense why Randy would have punted Kevin Owens. I think they're potentially setting up a Randy heel turn where maybe just for like a couple weeks he takes out Cody before this match. Maybe even this week you see a full Randy heel turn where he hits the punt, because like it takes somebody really having to piss off Randy for him to bring the punt back, I feel. But in this match, they heavily tease it. He starts going to the corner doing it, thinks again, then goes back and reloads and like goes for it and misses. Which like I did not think he was going to go that far. I literally didn't think he should have hit it on Randy yet. I think soon though. I think when he hits on Cody, I think his frustrations clearly are starting to boil over, as he's lost more than he won since he's been back. I think like he's lost almost every pay-per-view match he's been in. Absolutely, that's it. It's just, they are setting it up beautifully as like the ultimate finisher, the thing that's like taking it a step too far type finisher. And they've been teasing it a lot for like over a year now, about a year, a little over a year, that he's bringing it back. So like I think it's probably going to be against Cody at this point, if not like in the build to SummerSlam, maybe right after SummerSlam. But yeah, it was a fun match. Cody winning and becoming the new king of the ring, which again I felt was the obvious choice with these finalists. Like we got a big money match going into SummerSlam between Cody and Cena, and we got the potential tease of a Randy Orton heel turn, which will be a lot of fun, especially with everyone bringing up 09 Randy Orton again. You know those wheels are turning in his head. Plus, the crowd was incredibly hot for this match. The next match, we had the street fight between Rhea and Raquel, which was more fun than I thought it was going to be, honestly. Like this is probably one of Raquel's better matches, and it was exactly what it's supposed to be. That I love that too. That was a nice touch. They brought Brandy the like sparkler pyro back, as Sandy said. That was a nice touch, which I felt that like it honestly was like every time he does a post in the corner, I continually think it's going to happen. But yeah, they brought that back. But yes, the next match was Rhea versus Raquel in a street fight, and like these two beat the hell out of each other. It was two very powerful women just going at it, and like from the kendo, like with Rhea tied up in the ropes and just taking unblocked kendo shots to the ribs, like just, and like the end of the match was really well done too, with the table laid out on the top and them doing her finisher from the top rope. Yeah, I think the reason Roxanne didn't help Raquel win was they're clearly prepping Rhea they want to keep Rhea up in the title picture, and like Raquel, they clearly don't see her. Like there is no point other than just having Rhea lose. Like they're not gonna have Raquel in the heavyweight title picture, so they kind of needed Rhea to win because she's going to stay up in the heavyweight title picture, whereas Raquel isn't. She's obviously going to stay in the tag division for now. And like I think they are still doing the thing where it's sort of like building dissension, even though the rumors are, I think it's going to be probably confirmed on Raw, that Roxanne's going to be taking over for Liv as tag team champion with Raquel. But the fact that Roxanne is still flubbing everything and hasn't really been helping as much is setting up a story there too. Yeah, but like if not like that, I still think she's going to be fighting, if not for the title, but still top contender, like top contenders. Because like Rhea has the same problem in booking. Like Triple H has the same problem with Rhea that she has with Gunther, is that he's built them so strong. Like he's booked them so strong that like they can't not be in the title picture. Like he can't figure out a way. He can't write a story without them being somewhere involved in the title picture. So yeah, I don't think she goes against Io right away. I feel that there's something else that's going to be tie up Rhea. I hope there's another like non-title story for her with another heavyweight contender coming up. But again, like this was a very physical match. They went through, I think, quite a few tables. I think they went through 2 tables and just like absolutely beat the hell out of each other. Like again, Raquel's probably best match, best singles match I've seen on the main roster, and like well deserved. Like at the end of the day, Raquel looked good coming out of it, and Rhea Ripley looked great as always, and is like the most over woman in that company. Yeah, and no ads this time because Saudi Arabia has the money to make sure they don't have ads, and also I think it was frowned upon. I think it might be frowned upon there, but yeah, to have that many ads. But yeah, it was nice to see no ads this time on anything. Like very, very few ads, other than like the Prime bottle in the corner and stuff. But yeah, like the Rain Cavits look a lot better. But yeah. Like it felt a fairly solid match. Again, like either 3.5 stars. One of the better matches of the night, I feel, was that Women's match. Then we had Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross, which like huge crowd reaction for both. A little more for Sami Zayn, of course, which is sort of like an unofficial homecoming in Saudi Arabia for him, man. Like him coming out with the keffiyeh, with wearing his Palestine tights again, was a nice touch. And once again, I forget exactly what they said on commentary. But they once again made it weird with the keffiyeh. They tried to draw it into him, like Karrion Kross calling him a liar, but it was very weird and off-putting every time. It's not the first time he's wearing the keffiyeh, and commentary said something weird about it without ever mentioning Palestine or Israel or what's going on there. They say he's wearing it for a completely other reason, which he's obviously not. It's quite clear why he's wearing the keffiyeh to the ring. But again, it was a nice touch by him to wear it, and I just wish commentary wasn't weird. Either don't mention it at all, don't talk about it, or mention it why he's wearing it, because it is quite obvious and sort of insults the audience's attention. It's obviously why there's a reason. It's quite clear why Triple H, of all people, and how tied in his family is with the current administration, why he wouldn't want the commentary team to mention the real reason why he's wearing the keffiyeh. But in that, huge pop for Sami there. Again, a little biased. I felt the right winner won here. I wouldn't have been angry if Karrion Kross won. But like I said a few weeks ago, WWE, I disagree. I think Sami's too much of a red hot baby. He's too much of a baby face right now. I think they're clearly setting up his underdog baby face heavyweight title win within the next few months. Maybe him winning the Royal Rumble at Mania. I mean, winning the Royal Rumble this year and going to winning it at Mania. But yeah, they clearly, but like I mentioned a few weeks ago, WWE doesn't do the best with wrestlers who organically get themselves over. And it's one of those things where it became impossible for them to keep ignoring Karrion Kross. So this was a way of being here's your marquee event. We're putting you on TV on a PLE. But we're not going to interrupt our booking for you. This is we're not going to have you go over Sami when we want Sami to look stronger, as they clearly want him in the heavyweight title picture, whereas they don't see Karrion Kross in the heavyweight title picture at all. because like he got himself over organically. But again, like Daniel Bryan was one of like, it's a rare time because like it's like Daniel Bryan and Kofi, and then like 30 other guys where like the crowd got behind, and they never were pushed in the heavyweight title picture. Yeah, but like again, like it could just like Triple H could like him, but not see him as a heavyweight like title picture. Like he might just want him in this one spot and doesn't see him as anything else. And like I felt that the crowd reaction to him the last few months has been so much where they had no choice but to do something with him. I think putting him with Sammy was the right choice. But like again, if you look how they book, it's we're going to give you this opportunity, and he looked great. Like this was I really enjoyed this match. I think the inconsistency of how they check if somebody's out needs to be studied. Like the referee's discretion is doing a lot of heavy lifting there, because when they dropped Sammy's limp arm when he was in the cross jacket, like my heart dropped for a second. I'm like, oh man, is this over? It's over? Clearly over. He's clearly out. Well, they did for this one, they did the 3 arms check, and Sammy's arm got up before the third one miraculously. But like I think Karrion Kross looked great throughout this match. I think Sammy, as again the underdog babyface who takes a beating for the majority of the match, looked really good. As like it was a very fun match. And when you like, if you just like the same thing with football VAR, like it would judge, like it's clearly referee's discretion here of how they judge it. And she did the 3 arm thing, and like, and you look at like Jey Uso and Gunther, and just like the 1 arm down and it's over. But hey, like again, Sammy, after getting slapped in the face a few times, and Karrion Kross is trying to get him to admit he's a liar, like go to the right. Karrion Kross runs to the corner one too many times, and Sammy catch him with a hoover kick for the 1, 2, 3. Again, very fun match. I think clearly they've got a plan for Sammy within the next few months, and it's just like Karrion Kross is another guy that, sadly, for like what some people, a lot of the internet's gonna be really angry about, is that he, like WWE or like both Triple H and the writers, and maybe even like people in head off, just don't see him as the big star. Like the same sort of thing with LA Knight too, where like he's under a glass ceiling that like he just can't break through. And I think Karrion Kross is the same thing. Like if momentum keeps going this way, then maybe, or like God forbid somebody in the top gets injured and they have no choice but to like switch up plans. Maybe that way Karrion Kross is able to break through there, because like it would obviously work. Like he would do great as a heavyweight champion either way. He's doing really cool stuff now. But again, like it's just they don't see him that way. And that's one of the things you just cannot help, sadly. Like Karrion Kross is trying to do everything possible, and it just sucks. But again, like clearly they have some sort of vision for the next few months for Sammy, so that's clearly why Sammy won. Then the U.S. title, which again, I feel bad that which was Solo versus Jacob Fatu. And we got the surprise debut of Hikuleo, the return of Tama Tonga, I believe. Especially they're apparently calling Hikuleo Tala Tonga. It's going to be very confusing, and it's going to break Michael Cole's mind. Yeah, absolutely. Vince did the same thing. But yes, we got Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa for the U.S. title, with Solo Sikoa going over Jacob Fatu after many shenanigans, peak bloodline shenanigans. But like I'm like happy to see them finally do something with Hikuleo, as he's been signed there forever. And he's like been doing main events recently, like main event tapings and like dark matches. Yeah, this is clearly not over. I wonder if Fatu is going to get his own group. Or are we just getting another hodgepodge group of people who don't like the bloodline teaming up once again to fight not the bloodline? As again, like in a physical fun match, like I feel like this is well deserved for Solo, as he's really finding himself the last little bit. As he's gotten a lot looser and able to show his comedic side more on screen. And like clearly having more fun now, and giving him this once again a super group, and insurmountable force. Yeah, like it seems like they're headed not necessarily that way, but like a War Games method. Like it's still like Jacob Fatu, it's like 5-on-1 at this point. So he's got to figure something out. Is throughout the like a back and forth match throughout till like it looks like Jacob Fatu's about to pull it off. Then JC shows up to distract the ref. And then Tamatonga, I believe, it's confusing with the names, returns from injury after being injured at War Games, and interferes. But Jacob Fatu able to kick out of that. And then a little later, referee once again distracted. Hikuleo debuts and takes out Jacob Fatu, chokeslams him onto the table, throws him back in the ring, and Solo hits the Samoan spike, and Jacob Fatu, with the crazy sell of the Samoan spike, does a full flip on impact. Like I think the Jacob Fatu's like first title run, little short, but like putting Solo over was the right choice, because like Solo's been overdue. He's been like, they have booked him like a loser for like so long the last 2 years. Ever since he became the like unofficial tribal chief, he has taken a lot of L's that he should probably, like a lot of them he shouldn't have. And like this was like well deserved. He needed a title, especially that he is still trying to be leader of a group. He definitely needed a title to sort of validate himself. And it is interesting for me what's going to go happen with Jacob Fatu now, as like clearly super over. And like I want to see who. There are so many people in that family. It's going to be very interesting to see who he brings in to be his tag partner. But yeah, fun match again. So I'd say again, solid 3 stars to this match. I mean, considering what happens in the main event, they did do the same booking twice on this show, which is like WWE. That's exactly what I was thinking, Sandy. Like Zella Fatu seems like the obvious, although still a little green, still making his way up. As he's only been wrestling for like a little over 2 years, maybe 2 years-ish. But I think it's inevitability that Zilla Fatu ends up in WWE. Then we got the Queen of the Ring match, which we talked about earlier, how hot the crowd was. And it's not the first time I've noticed it, and not the like, I don't know what it is with the Saudi crowds, and especially when there's like a black woman involved in the match, but they are dead. They gave Jade Cargill nothing. like some people said they clearly wanted Asuka to win. So it was the match was Asuka versus and also the match it was awkward times, which also everyone, and you noticed it immediately. Like commentary mentioned it at the beginning that it was super hot in the stadium, and when you like pan to the wrestlers and they just did their entrance and they are already covered in sweat. Like when they like flashed to Punk in the main event and he just did his entrance, like when John Cena was coming to the ring and they flashed back to him and he's already sweating bullets. Like it was very hot, and that definitely affected a lot of the matches. Like going into there, and especially this match. Like I feel so bad for the women that they have to wear those like full body suits when they wrestle, because that, especially when it's hot out and hot in a stadium, like wearing those full body suits and having to wrestle must be a nightmare. And just like taking a while. So I don't like fully blame them, but yeah, like it clearly, I think the heat affected them. Like they were like slipping a little bit, and there were some like awkward parts throughout this match with Asuka. I think this was like the match most people predicted was Jade Cargill going over, because as much as I love Asuka, and Asuka, like I said last week, not male or female, just one of the best wrestlers in the world, bar none. And like she has already proven her dominance. And like Jade Cargill is obviously the person for a match like SummerSlam you want to put up on the billboard. And also who managed, with all the restrictions they had, easily the best gear of the night, I feel, was Jade Cargill. Looked like $1 million. Yeah, Asuka got her NXT theme back. But Jade Cargill in the Storm inspired gear came out again. It was not a very long match. The ending was a little sloppy, just because like they were clearly both spent, and the heat had gotten to them. As like we're lucky they did choose the right camera angle this time, because like you would have seen clearly that one of Asuka's shoulders was still up, because Jay sort of slipped off the pin a little bit just as they're counting 3, and there was like a awkward hesitation between commentary, because like the commentary for a second was about to call that she had kicked out. But yeah, like it seems like it's a little written in the stars what's gonna happen. This is exactly it. Like yeah, it seems like almost fait accompli there. Like the fate is yeah, and she was off for a little bit, but again, like it was also especially awkward afterwards. Like for a crowd that was hot all night, just gave them nothing too. So it did not help the situation, because like in those like situations, the crowd does help you if they're hot and gives you energy, and the crowd gave them nothing throughout this match, which did not help at all. Which like the crowd could have done better. Like I felt bad for Jada. She was doing her promo there and just dead to crickets. But yeah, probably my least favorite match tonight, because it was a little short, and like there were problems there, but it's not entirely on them. Like it was a hard situation to go into, and that crowd has been was fully dead for that one. We also, I forgot the women's title match. Wait, was that on SmackDown? Am I nuts? No, that was on SmackDown, the women's title match. 100%. Where Naomi D teased cashing in on Tiffany during the women's title match. Did come out for that with the briefcase. So like it's clear Naomi's targeting that title. But we close out with, for one last time, CM Punk versus John Cena. And like, wasn't clearly their best match, but like I still was enjoying the match throughout. I think John Cena just spamming finishers and CM Punk continually kicking out was fun. And we finished the match once again with, it's like WWE's go-to booking of referee bump. John Cena goes for the title, and it's clear they're what's been clear the last few weeks is they are setting up him potentially becoming a babyface again to close out his last few dates, because he like the respect for John Cena for CM Punk went out, and he didn't hit him with the title, and CM Punk hits him with the go to sleep, except the referee is out on the outside, signals for a ref to come out, and here comes Seth Rollins with his group. Again, Seth Rollins not even dressed in gear, just dressed in street clothes. I think it's the first time I've seen somebody ready to cash in the Money in the Bank in street clothes. Like, usually they're at least wearing their gear and ready for a potential match, especially that he was going to cash in during the match, making it, had he initially cashed in when he wanted to, it would have been a three-way match while he was in street clothes, which did not seem like a great idea on Seth's part. But his group takes out both members. Then we got full shenanigans as Penta comes out, Sami Zayn comes out to help clean house. Then we get the callback as Little Nate comes running down, sprinting down that ramp, and is just about to help Seth get the cash in his Money in the Bank, and just gets pounced by John Cena straight to hell. Which actually, when I was in Toronto last year, I ran into Charles Robinson. Like, literally all three of the refs, like referee Jessica, and I forget the other ref's name that was there, but three of the refs were in line where we were going to watch Sami Zayn's show, stand-up show, his little improv show. And they were in line. And at first, before the show, no one noticed that they were in line. And then after the show, Charles Robinson leaving the show was swarmed by people. But like before the show, he was just in line forever. I think they eventually let him in early, because like we went to a barcade that was nearby, because like we already had assigned seats, so we didn't have to wait in line. So we're just gonna we're gonna have drinks down the street until they let people in. But yeah, like Charles Robinson, nice guy, absolutely takes, especially he's been doing that for this long, and took just a hellacious bump almost into the stairs, almost got pounced into the stairs by Cena. Absolutely crazy bump. CM Punk puts out his hand to shake hands with Cena after they clear out Seth's group, and Cena goes for the low blow. CM Punk catches it, hits him with the GTS, and eventually Seth comes back in, hits CM Punk with the briefcase and the stomp. And John Cena throws him out of the ring, still showing he's still a heel. And just like Elimination Chamber, pounces on the opportunity to take out CM Punk for the 1, 2, 3. Again, not a great match, but a solid match. It's like sad it's the end of an era here of the story between CM Punk and John Cena. But like it did set up a lot going forward. And all in all, a fairly solid, especially for WWE lately, a fairly solid pay-per-view card. I didn't hate the entire thing. I think the low point was obviously Asuka and Jade, sadly. But like everything else was pretty much predictable. Like, I think the thing probably most people were shocked by was Solo winning, because I think most people expected it at SummerSlam for him to win, to give like Jacob Fatu a longer title run. But again, like I have said that about, especially in like recent history where they've like focused on longer title runs between like Gunther and like Roman Reigns, like in the grand scheme of things, people don't remember like the length of the vast majority of title runs. They remember how many times like the thing gets repeated the most, is especially seeing as John Cena set the record of 17-time world champion. It's how many times you've won. Yeah. Also, yeah, the curse of the Saudi Arabia show, that's what I was going to talk about at the beginning, struck again. I was at work following along on Twitter at the time. Like I was about to leave work. I had like an hour left of my shift. I'm like, what's going on in the show? And then I see that like for half an hour, apparently there was a power outage in the city that affected the trucks. Like the stadium itself has like a backup generator, but like their production trucks did not, and like they lost all communication. So it took out their production trucks. So like they were still able to like, that's why I think they said Randy was like taking pictures ringside and cutting a promo. And apparently they reshot everything for the Netflix. I've got to go rewatch that part, because I only watched the back half of SmackDown. But yeah, apparently they reshot everything for rebroadcast afterwards. But yeah, it's that show always had, these Saudi shows always have something weird happening. And I just like sighed when I saw it. I'm like, of course it's happening again. The Saudi curse strikes again. And like, it's like some people point out they probably should have just done an impromptu match between two people in the back for the live crowd, because they apparently like Randy was just like signing autographs and taking pictures ringside while the outage was happening. But yeah, it was one of those things. It's just like, oh, of course it happens. I am Scarlett. Welcome to the chat. Not the biggest boxing fan in the world. Like I enjoy boxing. I'm excited for the women's fight on Netflix that's coming up. Literally July 11th. In 2 weeks. Like I think Canelo maybe on his way down, but I'll say Canelo. Yeah. I was at work at the time. Like I'm gonna go back and watch it, because like it was like one of those things where, of course, it happened. The show is consistently cursed. Yeah, it's gonna be a great fight, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm gonna say Crawford is gonna be my thing. I'm gonna go with that. But yeah, all in all, a solid pay-per-view. I think the right people won King of the Ring, because as much as people want like a new talent to go over, or like even though in the women's match it was the Jade Cargill's biggest win, and it almost seems like it's all the dominoes in a line there for her for what's going to happen there. But it seemed like the right choice, and like she is definitely a marquee talent who, if you're just scrolling through Netflix, you're like, and like sort of half interested in professional wrestling, that was like somebody that would stop you for a second when you see them on the SummerSlam poster. And somebody who, especially in the New York area, would be very good at doing press there, and somebody you'd want as one of your marquee matches. So as we head into the road to SummerSlam, we still got a lot going on. We got Saturday's main event. We got Evolution 2. And of course, the next time. So like I said at the beginning of the show, I'm going to be off next week. There might be, hopefully there's going to be somebody subbing in here. A couple of friends from Love Wrestling subbing in for me next week, as I will be at my brother's bachelor weekend in Cleveland, Quebec. And I will be back the week after to break down all of All In, which I'm excited about. I'm very excited about that show. It's going to be also a very fun show. And also, yes, good point, Sandy. Raw, at least it starts at 6 p.m. on the East Coast this week. Early start time, which again, I am always a fan of an earlier start time. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow night, as WWE has a packed weekend that week too, and AEW is a packed. So there's going to be a lot of wrestling coming up. I want to thank everyone for hanging out in the chat with me. Scarlett, thanks for coming to say hi and talking about some boxing. Always enjoy that. Sandy, as always, my friend, thank you for coming to hang out with me. Fernando, and once again, Boris, of course, and another happy birthday to Sydney, coming to say hi. Yeah, hopefully there'll be somebody back here next week. If not, we will see you in 2 weeks to break down All In. I hope everyone has a great rest of their weekend. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you here next week, breaking down the week in wrestling. Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye.